And here it's day 15 as we welcome all of viewers on the World Wide Web, regionally, internationally. And I say welcome to a good friend of mine, my colleague, Gordon Pear, as we get ready for another exciting cricketing encounter. It's going to be Pole 9, and they're going to be coming up against none other than that team, the North Zone team. I am Roll Burke, and it's indeed a pleasure.
Yeah, good evening to you, Roll, and good evening to the whole of Trinidad and Tobago as we get ready for action here in match number 14 as we had the toss early on between the two captains.
Can I give it a toss? Heads is the call. Heads is the call. Heads it is. Riaz, come this way. Riaz, you've won the toss this evening. What have you decided to do?
We'll bowl first.
A bit of a bowl first. How are you feeling after your last performance?
Pretty much top of the game. We had a nice performance, come off with a win. Was kind of close to the end, but at the end of it, we was on top.
What sort of total are you looking to limit them to?
Anything under 140.
Okay, go well, Riaz. Kendall, you've lost the toss. You've been asked to bat first. Your thoughts?
Well, we didn't win the toss, so decision was made. We have to bat. We had to come and put runs on the board and try to defend it in the second innings.
And what sort of total you think is a good one on this surface?
Well, anything within the range of 180, 170. I think with the ball getting heavier and the field with the jewel later on, probably it might be a little tough for them to get away. So I think we could defend that.
Okay, so thanks a lot, Kendall, and go well.
Thanks, man.
So there you have it, the Pole 9 winning the toss, and they've decided to have a bit of a bowl first.
So there you have it. Pole 9 winning the toss, and they decided that they're going to have a bowl first. He looked very confident, Riaz Mohammed, coming off of a victory off of the second game and getting the better of Santa Cruz on that occasion. So he's deciding, looking at the weather, and the rain continues to plague us here this evening. So he's deciding to put in the opposition. The covers are back on. Gordon is continuing to be a challenge. Let's pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back in a short.
Welcome back to the Diego Martin Sporting Complex, where we get ready for action in game number 14. It's the second game of the match tonight. This evening, the earlier game between the police team was rain out, and we had the second game. It's a bit delayed in start as the North Coast team, they're playing Pool 9, and we have the pitch report from Kadir Mohammed.
So we're looking at the surface for tonight's game. The surface still looks very much a belter. It's hard, it's very firm, it's compact, and I'm expecting a really good score when the North Coast bat, and it offers something for the bowlers as well. So we see how these two teams go tonight.
Well, there we had Kadir giving us the pitch report. He says it's a belter, although some rain would have fell. It's still very good for batting. The Pool 9 team, they decided to put the North Coast team into bat. So North Coast, they're going to have a first knock on it. Roller, your expectancy of this pitch?
Well, looking at the weather and knowing these two teams, North Coast coming into their third encounter, no points on the board as yet, but Pool 9, Riaz Mohammed and company, I know they're coming into this game with their tails up, winning, getting the better of that Santa Cruz team in their last outing. So I'm thinking, as the skipper alluded to at the toss, Riaz Mohammed, that is the Pool 9 captain, with his bowling capability, the likes of, I'm seeing Mana, Rishi Mana there and company, Juan Carlos Narain, these guys really pack a punch. So this North Coast team certainly have it here this evening against it.
Well, I think they'll be looking to get some points on the board. That's the North Coast team. They've been put into bat, and I think hoping the batting for them today, we just have so the game has been reduced to 19 overs aside. I thought I heard 9. Yeah, it's 19 over, just 1 over lost on both sides. As we look to see the guest players, there's no guest player. In terms of Anthony Alexander, nor are we seeing Johnson. But they have Medina in, Adrian Medina, he's in, and Sachin Baliram. So Sachin Baliram is in as well for this North Coast team. It'll be interesting to see the opening partnerships. We know normally Terrence James, he normally open the batting. So we'll see who's coming out to bat.
Well, just as I mentioned, that man, Manor, he is going to be taking up the mantle here this evening from the southern end. And so it's going to be pace up as the pole 9 team getting ready for this inning. And this pole 9 team is a well-rounded team. Good gelling, lots of friends. They gel well on the field, and it's a youthful team.
Opening the bowling for pole 9.
Surprise, surprise. Opening the batting for the North Coast team is the skipper, Kendall Guerra. He's decided that he's going to take matters into his own hands. They say if you want the job done well, you got to do it yourself.
Batsman for North
And
Coast tonight, number
opening
87, skipper Kendall
with
Guerra.
him is
With him, number 142, Darius Padilla.
yeah, so Darius Padilla, he's opening together with the skipper, Kendall Guerra. So some changes made to this batting lineup as North Coast tries to get a win here, Earl.
Yes, they're looking at, just reeling the changes. Nothing to lose at this point. And the pole 9 team also making some changes as we see Mana opening the bowling. But that man, Kendall, he said at the toss the decision was already made and he has to bat. So he's looking to put runs on the board. Open the account, it's the power play overs, and him and his partner Padilla would be thinking to put on a solid foundation, a good partnership in the opening overs. Of course, maintaining wickets in hand if they are to really put up a good score and competitive score and give the opponents a challenge here this evening.
I like that. I like the decision by Guerra there. He's doing the captain stuff. As we lost the first delivery here, it's short. He's pulling at it.
Yes, some conditions, I believe, would favor the bowling team. We saw just a couple cracks there, a bit of moisture on the pitch, but compliments to the ground staff doing a wonderful, wonderful job at this venue.
Coming down the leg side here. So good bounce and carry here. Mana carrying through well to the keeper's gloves.
Oh yes, that pitch certainly has something in it for the bowlers, the pacemen. Mana quite up to the task. This one sealing through outside the line of the off stumper. Guerra just watchful.
Yeah, it's a good delivery there. Good start by Mana into his third delivery of the over.
This North Coast team, a very good team, well-rounded. Just haven't been able to put things together as yet.
Yeah, well, they've not been able to put a game together. Another wide there by Mana. Yeah, the North Coast team you saw players getting to 50. You saw some good innings, Johnson and James, Johnson and Alexander in the last game. Yeah, getting some good starts, but they've not been able to really put it together in terms of a total game. So they'll want to change that. They look to get some points on the board. So just pushed out on the offside. A bit of a misfield there. Guerra is able to get through. That's Rugbear. So good running. They got 3 runs.
Yeah, well, Rugby already beginning to fumble. And I think we can expect a lot of that this evening, realizing the moist atmosphere, a lot of rain earlier on, heavy outfield, some slippery fingers. But it's early days yet. And runs on the board. With that, the new man, Padilla. As the field placing has changed, that Juan Carlos replaces that man at the mid-off there.
Padilla, the wicketkeeper batter, takes his... It's put down and it's gone between the slips. It's going to trickle pretty close to the boundary. The man running around from the third man region. And they're able to come through for 2 runs there. So it's Lochan. Garnis Lochan there at slip. It was dying a bit on him, but he definitely should have done better.
Yeah, at this level, but good bowling from Mana. There we see it again. Ooh, healthy edge. And that man, Kanish Lochan, he was caught napping in the slip cordon.
Yeah, that height, he definitely should be taking that catch. He's driving. And they're able to jog through for a quick single. So good rotation of the strike.
Yeah, this pair, Padilla and Guerra. 8 runs now without loss. Mana.
Looking for solutions. Seeking solutions, this North Coast team. They've not gotten it right just yet. So on a beautiful cover drive. The man is chasing around on the boundary edge.
Ready, we say! Woo! Well done, buddy, well done.
Did some good work out in the deep. I think it was Hamilton who did that work.
Oh yeah, he was racing along, sweeping on that boundary, the extra cover boundary, and good stop, excellent stop indeed. Certainly that one could have gone for 4. So at the end of over number 1, North Coast been put into bat first here at 10 without loss.
Yeah. An excellent start here for North Coast. 10 runs off the first over. Bit of an opportunity off of that was Padilla, that was put down, but they'll take that. They'll just want to look to continue as we look to see who's going to be bowling at the northern end. Yeah, it's Sean Sakan. So more seam-up stuff.
We saw Sean Sakan coming off of a mixed bag in his last game.
Seemed to have some sort of delay there as the youngster, as Darius Patella. I think he's looking to change his helmet.
I just want to ensure that all is well. Make sure he's comfortable.
Yeah, a lot of these batters, you know, would not normally bat with helmets, you know, so it's a bit of an uncomfortable position for them. Come June the 1st, all batters, though, facing seam-up bowlers, should be wearing protective helmets.
Well, they're going to have to get accustomed.
Yeah, and he's not the tallest of guys when you see him there. the long and the short of it out there, because you have Ken Delguera, who's all of 6'7",
Yes.
and then Padella, who doesn't look an inch over 5.
Looks like a basketballer.
Yeah.
Tall figure.
Guerra, I'm almost certain he would have played some basketball. But Padella here, looking to baton.
So here's Sakan, and Sakan is going to be operating from the Mario Belcon end. And he's going to be over the wicket. And he starts with a wayward delivery. Wide.
Yeah. I think these bowlers just need to get their lines and lengths correct. Need to find the spot pretty early. You know, don't try to do too much. Just try to find a good spot and continue from there.
Yeah, looking at the tournament thus far, lots and lots of extras. All teams falling victim. This one, much better line delivery. Good length. Taken cleanly there by the keeper.
Yeah. But they're just watching it into the gloves of the keeper.
I think the challenge could be warm-up. I'm not seeing the warm-up routines as much as should be. Again, another wide. Lots of these players coming out and they're in the dugout having discussions, but they're not going through that warm-up routine, especially some of the elder guys who, you know, would have to definitely get that blood flowing, the shoulder, the arm, the legs.
You're worldwide, but especially in the Caribbean, you know, folks don't really warm up properly. That's a beautiful flowing drive through the covers. It's well timed. It gets into the boundary fence. Beautiful shot there by Padella. If that is sign of things to come, what a shot. He just leant into it. Perfect timing.
Excellent shot indeed. That one just coming onto the bat quite nicely. There it is, a lofted drive. Textbook stuff. And that one sailed to the boundary for 4. Padella staking his claim here and showing his authority.
Back to the warm-ups, you know, what you see in the Caribbean, especially for older guys, they try to save the gas. They caught up between saving the gas and stretching. But the benefits of stretching, it's undeniable, both as a means of injury protection, you know, preventing injuries, as well as, you know, preparing you to perform at your ultimum.
Well, certainly indeed. As we see Sakan. This one.
Beautiful cut shot there again by Padella. The turn. Good running between these two.
Yeah, and that's Luchan again. If you look at all additional sports, even swimming, there's a routine for the swimmers, stretching before they will enter the pool, and even during the pool they will warm up and so on. And cricket, a sport with such agility as this one, is hammered again through that wideish long-off position for more. Excellent shot indeed.
Yeah, Padella, Darius Padella, he's showing good class here, good technique as he gets into double figures. That one pitched up and a beautiful flowing drive again.
Yeah, he is once more just shimmying down slightly and helping that one on its way. Another factor is the conditions, the playing conditions, the atmosphere. How are things? If there's wind, if it's heat, it's moisture, that also plays a part on your body, on your body's mechanism.
Yeah, I think though the team, you got to get warm. That's the most important thing. You got to get your body warm.
Wide ball.
Yeah, there's a wide delivery.
It's his third wide in the over.
Yeah. The more mature players, as I like to call them, they just tend to want to save the gas because, you know, sometimes the warm-up does take a little bit out of you. But I think it's worth the gas to get properly well warm, especially those hamstrings, the back, you know, your shoulder.
hamstring injury, a common injury. This one, just cannon into the pad. The umpire signals a leg by. So there was some probably going down the leg side. But to close the delivery at the end of over number 2, North Coast, the batting pair Padilla, he's on 13, Guerra on 5, 24 without loss. Healthy run rate to start things off, going at 12 runs per over. Not a bad start by the North Coast team.
Yeah, good start there in the power play as we see Mana, who's looking to continue. He's going to be bowling from the southern end, the Pachagram side end. Those knowing the Diego Martin Sporting Complex, the Diego Martin main road end, to be more descriptive.
Easy single. Guerra a bit hesitant there, but his partner calling him through confidently, realizing that the single was on, and they move into now 25. Padilla, he's on 14.
It's a busy kind of batter. Always looking for the runs. There's a short one, and it's pulled away behind the square. He's going to run pretty close to the boundary, but it's holding up on this heavy outfielder, and they jog through for 2.
Yeah, that one rushed onto him. A bit higher up on the bat. Remember, he's a tall guy, and after that crouching stand to raise, just getting it there. 2 runs, comfortable 2. So Guerra, he moves on to 7.
Yeah, good start here by the North Coast team. It is a wide delivery.
Yeah, the extras continue to plague these teams. 27 now, that's the 6th extra. Mana, the vic. He's caught this time. Too many extras. Going for a quick single there is that man.
Good running again there by Padilla, putting the pressure on Prince. Shaquille Prince there, a bit of a fumble. And with that, this pair is through. They're getting runs off good running here, showing that it's not all about boundaries. Yet to see a Subway eat fresh maximum in this innings.
Some quick singles.
Yeah,
And this is good batting. Padilla doing the hustling on that occasion, rotating the strike, continuing to, exchange from, it's 2 right-handers, but different batting styles, techniques, size.
Flashing it outside the off stump there, Guerra. Lucky to get a nick, and then he rehearses the proper shot. Shot which would have exposed more of the bat to the ball.
Yeah, so we into over number 3 here. Just 1 legal delivery left. So North Coast really doing a good job. After a fine start, once this continues.
Giving him the charge there was Guerra. But at the end of 3, the North Coast team, after being inserted and asked to bat by pole 9, they're totally without loss. Padilla is on 15. Kendall Guerra, he's on 8. This represents a pretty healthy start from the North Coast team. Roll.
Oh, yes, indeed. As we say, top of the evening to some of our sponsors. Johnny Walker, keep walking. Hennessy, lovely drinker. Blue Waters, JMMB, Subway, KFC. I see our dinner is courtesy KFC this evening.
Yes, KFC, our sponsors, and I want to thank the sponsors for the gift.
Excellent indeed. Well, I understand you had to go and have a discussion with the Colonel. And excellent, he answered.
Yes, he answered the call. That's one thing about colonels. They tend to make sure the troops are well taken care of.
Oh, yes,
so we want to thank Mr. Maxwell.
And we are very grateful and thankful. Thanks to all of our sponsors, NLCB, National Lotteries Control Board, Perrier. Thank you so very much, Corporate TNT. As we see, this is Hamilton. He's going to be taking up duties from the northern end. So bowling change here. Left arm up.
I think his left arm, he's going to be bowling left arm orthodox. Spinning.
He's going to be bowling to the right-handed Padilla.
The man outside, the man outside of the circle.
Long on and long off.
One Carlos Narine.
It's going all the way. Yes, it does. So the long on and long off out of the circle.
Yeah, these are the guys out of the circle. Wide-ish long on. He didn't get all of it there, Padilla, but he got enough. Once it bounced, it skipped away from the Rhine. He gave up the chance, and then he decided that he was going to try to get to it again. So Padilla greeting Hamilton with a 4.
That's one.
And this one, Samuel at mid-off. He decided not to go down. That ball could have easily taken on the chin, the shoulder.
Wendell, jump across here.
Good start.
Combination.
North Coast. As Riaz just adjusting the field.
He knows that Guerra is a more onside inclined player than Padilla. He also got a very good reach as well. So what would be a good delivery to Padilla? Could be a half volley or in the slot for Guerra.
White ball.
White signal there by umpire Gaskin.
So the curse of extras continue to plague this pool 9 team. It's up in the air. It's gone all the way. The first Subway Eat Fresh maximum of the innings. A glorious looking drive over the top of the offside field.
Lovely shot indeed, and I thought he pulled that one from the seafood menu there at Subway. Yeah, it is again. Oh, lofted blow. Lovely meat and drink here for Guerra and the North Coast team. Good shot indeed. Races on now to 42, and he is on 14. So Hamilton really struggling here.
Yeah, well, just as I said, when you a good delivery to Padilla in terms of length, it's a tossed up in the slot for Guerra with his good reach. And there's a good comeback delivery. They're able to get through for the single. So good rotation of strike here as well. They're not only looking to get to the boundary, but they're also rotating the strike, getting the 1s and 2s.
Yeah, this is good batting. Good sensible batting. No rash shots. Playing each ball on merit. This is a full delivery, and Padilla comes to the party. This time a no ball signal by the umpire. Padilla just helping it on its way. Free hit now being signaled.
Well,
No ball for height there,
yeah,
Gordon.
of course, a no ball for height for Padilla is not a very high full toss, really. But it's all subjective when it comes to the height of the batter. So it's definitely over his waist. Hamilton with a wry smile on his face, he was just saying it. And I'm sure that's what he's saying to Clyde Gaskin, that, hey, that's a good delivery. But that would have been on the knee roll for Guerra. But Padilla, that's definitely over the waist. So it's a free hit here. Lots of runs in this over. Some 17 runs already.
17. And there's still 2 legal deliveries. Hamilton has messed the script up here somewhat. Need to get it back.
And it goes past the keeper and goes for 4 byes. So 4 byes as well to add injury to insult. And that brings up the 50 for the North Coast team. They're 52 without loss. Inside of 4 overs, Roller. A very, very good start here by the North Coast team.
Brilliant start here. A good batting, good rotation of the strike, and aggression being shown by both batsmen. Just picking up those bad deliveries, poor deliveries, and dispatching them. And that's excellent. 52 now.
There's an inside edge. He's going to get more runs here. He's going to hold up over the outfield. The call is for 3.
You come.
Yeah, and they're able to come through easily for 3 runs. Vernie Ramkisoon, not the youngest of players on the pitch.
Yeah, Ramkisoon was after it, but he really had to run a long way, almost, just about 150 meters or so. So at the end of 4, North Coast, excellent run rate of 55 without loss.
Well, it's Mana continuing from the southern end. And guess what? The batters have sent back their helmets. So although Mana is bowling seam up, it seemed like they're seeing the ball big as basketballs.
Well, it's Padilla who has decided to return that helmet, and he seems to be, a bit challenged by the helmets. He's changed 2 already.
Yeah, you got to be accustomed to batting with helmets. One just coming off the hip. It's going to be a leg by.
Seems to be quite confident, just taking the charge there to Mana. I would have worn my helmet.
Yeah, when you're not accustomed, when you would have grown up not playing with a helmet, it's something that you need to get accustomed to, as with everything else in life. Also, the helmet, besides sometimes the visor getting into your line of sight, it also, the heat. Wearing a helmet also provides some heat and can have you a bit disoriented if you're not accustomed batting with it. There's a good-looking drive there by Guerra. Shot of the match thus far.
That's a glorious stroke. Lovely, lovely stroke there. Just showing the maker's name and the manner. Well, he just had to have a look at him piercing those 2 short inner fielders there. Lovely indeed. Runs continue to flow. Look at it again. Oh, glorious stroke. He almost remaining for that pose there. Classic Guerra at this stage.
Yeah, for the youngsters watching how to play an on drive, one of the more difficult strokes to play. That would have been a perfect example. The coach would have asked him to come back and throw it again. Beautiful looking on drive just up the on side of the pitch and straight back for 4.
This time, Mana looking to just eke out a bit of pace, losing his shape there, heading down the leg side. And 60, North Coast, we only inside of the 5th over, and already 61 runs on the board.
Yeah, Very good power play here by the North Coast team. Well, they were looking for solutions, and they changed up the batting order. There's a beautiful looking drive, but it goes straight to the fielder. It's going to be close. But they're able to get through for the run.
Yeah, Samuel on that occasion with the throw, and having a few choice words for his partner, his bowler, Mana.
Yeah, he's saying you got to get back and back up, which is good cricket. You know. Shot outside the Ostam, left alone by Padilla.
You can hear the effort from Mana. He's into his third over. Really want to get those deliveries down there.
Yeah, it's been easy going thus far for the North Coast. They're looking confident and comfortable.
On this occasion, Wendell is deciding, you know what, I'm not going to have a throw. I'll wait till you get back there, buddy. One is one.
Oh, yeah. Definitely would have seen that the backup fielder was not also in line, properly lined it, and then the bowler didn't get back to the stumps, so he probably just deciding that one is one. He's up in the air. It's going to drop safely.
Nobody know.
Ramki soon continues to be stretched here this evening.
Testing the fitness of Vernie there.
Not the youngest of guys, and you know we may see him with the ball a little later on. Hope he still has some in the tank. So at the end of 5, North Coast again, 66 without loss.
Yes, and with that, I'll make my exit from the hot seat as we bring in Kadir Mohammed to continue the batting partnership with Roller.
Oh, yes, as we welcome Kadir Mohammed, doing duties earlier on. Kadir, welcome one more time, brother. And it's Padilla, he's on 28, Guerra on 23. North Coast being put into bat here, up to the task, and excellent and confident start to this inning. It's only over number 5, and already 66 runs on the board.
Good afternoon again, Roll. Good afternoon, viewers. Yeah, absolutely rocking start from the North Coast. Looking to come up here with a much better performance than their previous 2 outings. 66 without loss after 5 represents an excellent start from Padilla and Guerra. Padilla, he's been on the attack. He's been aggressive. He's got up to 28. And of course, Captain Kendall Guerra. We see a bit of a bowling change here now from the northern end. It's Ganesh Lochan into the attack, but the surface roll is still an absolute belter. We're seeing the ball is coming on, bounces through. Nothing much has changed in terms of the surface due to that rain, those evening showers. Quick single, a bit of a misfield, and they're going to come for 2 quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah, Prince on that occasion, just taking his eyes off the ball, and the batsman quickly, good running between this pair, coming for 2 runs. This is good. North Coast rather, 68 runs now, and Padilla and Guerra almost matching each other, strike for strike.
Yeah, Guerra up and over. It's protection back there. He's not going to pull that one back. 4 more. Kendall Guerra on the charge. Lochan, bad delivery.
Well, he's looking good, I must say, the captain, and he's decided to lead from the front. Was a bit strange seeing him coming out here, opening the batting, but thus far, he's showing, as we could see, the replay one more time. Lochan being helped, and all they can do, Juan Carlos on the boundary at that time, is just retrieve. So Padilla on 28, and Guerra, the man large and in charge, 29. It's now 72 without loss.
Slow delivery, wide signal there by umpire Gaskin. The extras continue to haunt pole 9. been a bit of an indisciplined start from their bowlers. Not really hit their straps.
Yeah, not getting the ball into the right areas. You know, hitting some good areas. Struggling. This one outside the line of the off stump. Umpire probably was giving him the benefit.
Mixing up, dogs. Watch it there.
So he's mixing up his deliveries. But already 73 runs, so I'm sure Pole 9 need to think this over. This one just passes the fielder there, Prince, and go on for another 4. Guerra really dealing in boundaries at this time.
Yeah, another over pitch delivery and a beautiful flowing drive through extra cover. Kendall Guerra, he looks like a man on a mission. He has taken the bull by the horn and he's come out here to open the innings. He's given them a good start. He's on to 33, 77 without loss. This time he's back and punching again. This time just a single. Showing intent.
Yes, he's batting quite comfortable. As if to say, batting practice. Very, very confident stroke play. And Padilla, able-bodied partner. And Luchan really struggling here.
Final delivery of the power play. Driven along the ground and able to get a single easily. So a single to finish off the power play. A good one for the North Coast after being inserted to bat their 79 without loss after 6.
So it's going to be Vernie Ramke soon. That man, we saw him really running some acreage there, doing some fielding a little earlier on. Well, he's warmed up. He's going to be given the charge here. Over number 7. He'll be bowling to that man, Padilla. Padilla, he's on 29. North Coast, 79 in the power play. At the end of the power play, rather. A healthy start. Confident start. What can Ramke soon do here to pull things back?
That's with a good delivery. Wicket to wicket from the veteran, Vernie Ramke soon. There's deep fielders, a man sweeping. Another wideish long off, a long off, long on. The deep mid wicket.
Keep back.
Some good fielding, but can't prevent a single. These two continue to run well.
Well, Padilla looks, if you look at him, once he connects, and he believes he connects confident, he takes off. But a good communication in his partner, Guerra, realizing once he's off, excellent backing up, comfortable single at the end. And they move into the 80s now.
Let me stay in the game, Sean. Come, guys, let me stay in the game. Let me stay in the game, guys.
Very good.
Keep working,
ET. I'm sure this Pole 9 outfit didn't anticipate this.
Yeah, definitely. The North Coast have come out with some real intent. 80 without loss. We saw in the first game, of course, I was reading out Police getting to 205 for 4 after 17 and a half overs. One is in the air, away from the man at mid-wicket, thinking about 2. And the 2 it is quite easily. Yeah, so they batted first, got up to 205 after 17 and a half overs. We saw a third consecutive 100 of the North Zone T20 scored by none other than Jean Charles. 109, he was brutal, Roll. he lit up this Diego Martin Sporting Complex.
Yeah, that police outfit. One to watch as this one, just as we're speaking about it, a Subway Heat Fresh Maximum on that occasion. The tall man, all 6'7", 255 pounds. Guerra moves on to 36, 42 not out. And North Coast in the driver's seat here, 88 without loss.
Definitely another good hit here. Pitched up delivery and given a full treatment by Kendall Guerra. Usually a very good hitter straight down the ground, extending the arms nicely, and he picks up his second maximum of the evening, 88 without loss. North Coast on the rampage.
Rampage indeed. Ramki soon on that occasion there, just carrying up that one a bit too much, and not realizing the length and reach of this man as a tall figure. So even some that may be a bit back of a length, he can still reach with his long limbs there. But good batting, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. North Coast realizing they are behind the 8 ball. They have come to the party today looking large and in charge.
New ball, please. Match referee Stephanie Taylor, Stephanie Power, rather, getting mixed up with another Stephanie. She's brought out her box of replacement balls. Guerra, all of 92 meters.
As we say, top of the evening to our friends at Stamina Energy. Oh boy, can we do with some Stamina Energy at this time? Oh my goodness. Always a pleasure to enjoy some Stamina Energy. So just the ball being lost there, and Stephanie Power showing that there is a ball 6.4 overs old.
Yeah, of similar condition.
Yes, indeed. Well, if this onslaught continues, this pole 9 outfit really going to be up against it here this evening at the Diego Martin Complex.
Yeah, these two continue to bat well in partnership. It's the first time, though, that we've seen Darius Padilla. And they've played 2 games previously. And this is his first knock. And he's impressed. He's caught the eye. He's batted with his captain. Gotten him on strike, put away the bad deliveries. He's on 30.
Good rotation of the strike. He's running some quick singles, turning some ones into twos. This is very good. Guerra, he's in the 40s, on the cusp of a 50 here. He'll be happy with that.
It's Ramki soon. Guerra this time cutting over the backward point fielder. He's not going to catch this. This is running away for 4 more. Width on offer, and Guerra throwing his hands at this one. Gets it over, and another boundary.
Well, you can see the intent from him, realizing, taking a different stance. He's actually on a leg, batting on a leg now. Earlier on, he was in the middle and off for the pace of manner. But on this occasion, batting on a leg, and you know, once you're on that leg side, he's looking to just free the arms. On this occasion, getting that thick outside edge, but 4 nonetheless. He moves on to 46, and North Coast, look at that. 92 runs in the 7th over.
Yes. Happy faces there in the North Coast dugout, Andrew Medina and company.
Yeah, they look relaxed.
This one again is hit over the top. Work for the man to do out there. Some good feeling by Hamilton. Keeping it down to just the 2.
Yeah, rifled through there. Too hot to handle for Ramki soon. And the dugout confident when they're looking good. At the end of over number 7, North Coast being put into bat here at 94 without loss. Padilla, he's on 30, and that man, the big man, he's doing the bulk of the scoring. Guerra, he's on 48, not out. We say top of the evening to all of our friends out there, just in case you've joined us. It's a match 14.
Match 14 of the North Zone T20. North Coast up against Pole 9. Remember, Pole 9 won the toss and they decided to bowl first. decision right now that the North Coast, they're saying, well, we've taken the opportunity and we wanted to bat first. At the toss, Guerra was saying that he wanted 180, anywhere between 180 and 190. They certainly put themselves in a good position to get that. A new bowler now from the northern end, Rio Belcon end. It's Prince, Shaquem Prince.
Better known as Dolly in the cricketing circuits.
Yeah, you would be quite familiar with Doll. Plays a lot of wind ball cricket.
The umpire. Yeah, Dolly's the man. Probably a bit too high.
Yeah, heading down leg side a bit as well. But dot delivery, 94 without loss. Delivery pushed out into the point region, and communication is so good, they just take off.
Very happy with this batting pair. Excellent communication, good combination. Not no sort of hesitation at all from either of them. Once that ball comes off that bat, they both on the ground and running for the singles. They're now into the nervous 90s as North Coast head up to that 100 mark. This one quicker outside the line of the off stump. Guerra. You look at Guerra and his style. He's looking solid here. Looking for triple figures this evening. Long off there. 96. He moves on to 49. Just one shy of his 50. Padilla continues to partner with him.
Padilla, he's there. He's 31.
Come now, Rishi, man.
You're watching the game. Easy single. Will they go for the second? In fact, they're going to get the overthrow. Again, some slack work from pole 9. Exactly what you don't want when you're under pressure. Going to be tight in the field.
Yeah. No pressure, really. There was no need for that. So North Coast.
Beating is getting a good piece of this one. Hamilton is coming around and he does well. Pretty safe fielder, keeps it down to 2.
That brings up the 100 at the end of 8 overs. So North Coast being put into bat here, certainly in charge of this. North Coast 100 without loss. So you heard it there, the engine room. Well, it's Padilla and Guerra. Certainly they are in the engine room, and all pistons on fire here this evening. Guerra, he's on 49, Padilla on 35. The 100 is up. The engine room out there for North Coast.
Sean Sakan being brought back. This time switch of ends, back from the southern end. Guerra and Padilla put on 100. Opening partnership, excellent so far. Just around 12 runs to the over.
Yeah, just 12.25 or thereabouts. Sakan getting a good gut ball to start the penultimate over before the drinks break. They're getting ready to get to that halfway mark. The Blue Waters drinks break. Pole 9 won the toss and inserted the opposition. He is probably rethinking his plan now as this one is down the leg side. And would you have batted first? Realizing the outfield, the pitch, the conditions.
I think the overall, the surface, it's so good still that whatever you've been asked to do, whether it's bowl or bat first, there is something in there. In the case of the pole 9, I think the thinking would have been that they won the last game chasing. And of course, that's a 50 there for Kendall Guerra, bringing up his 50, second one of the North Zone T20. Well played there. The captain, well appreciated by his teammates. And a wonderful hand there from the skipper, the leader of the North Coast. I think his decision role would have been based on that they've won their previous game chasing. And you would have hoped that his bowlers, though, would have come out and get some early wickets and put the North Coast under pressure, but it's not happened. We see some of his shots from his 50.
Wide.
This one is another wide delivery, continuing to pile on the extras. Pole 9, this is not helping their cause.
Oh no, I think they've just crossed that 15th mark there for extras. Lots of wide. All the bowlers here guilty of that. Sakan, slower delivery, but Padilla up to the task. Almost throwing that away again. There is Mana. So North Coast, as we head up to the halfway mark, 104. This is very good. Sakan trying his very best to just pull things back, just hold the reins, so to speak.
A bit of an edge there, and Riaz Mohammed shelling the opportunity. Guerra gets alive. Not at this stage for pole 9. It's almost like they're shooting themselves in the foot. Misfields now, drop chances, not going to plan.
A red drop by Riaz Mohammed, the captain. Oh, will that cost them?
This one is played over nicely. Protection there. Just a single. And they're pinching the opportunity to take the over. And they may get another one. In fact, they do. So a comedy of errors here by pole 9. Giving up what was supposed to be just a single. Ended up getting 3.
Yeah, some poor bit of work there. You know, this pole 9 outfit, lots of leaders on this team, but Riaz tonight seems as he has missed the spot, so to speak. Lots of extras, overthrows, and the North Coast.
Short punch down the ground. Just a single.
Already 109. And we're not even at the halfway mark. Are we going to see 200 here this evening for this North Coast team? At the end of 9 overs, they are 109 without loss. The captain, Guerra, the big man, he's on 52. And Padilla, he is there on 39. Your thoughts, Kadir?
Yeah, at this stage, North Coast pretty much in the driver's seat. Good opening partnership here by Guerra. Here we see some of his highlights from his 50. He was up and over here early on. There he was a bit more classical. Yawn drive. This time a brute force up and over again. And this one was out of the park. In the arc, out of the park. This one up and over again. Point region. And bringing up his 50 here. Look at the celebration. Hennessy celebration from the man, Kendall Guerra.
Oh, Hennessy celebration indeed. Congratulations to him getting to his 50 in quick time. And now I'm sure he's eyeing that 100. But certainly he will think to getting his team maybe closer to that, over 150, 175. But at this stage, maybe even that 200 mark. As this one is taken on the pad, the shouts of appeal, Prince the bowler. Leg by signal by the umpire, not out. You see some of the fans here this evening just coming to support this wonderful cricketing venture.
Yeah, that's some of the police players. They would have played the earlier game because their game got rained out. Point shed.
Well, they're into the...
Get him!
Oh.
We take drinks on time, girl.
Second, in fact, it's Mana. Mana with the catch there at short mid wicket. Padilla goes Prince, the bowler. Good catch there from Rishi Mana.
So finally, something happening here for the pole 9 outfit. As Padilla, good knock from that young man. 39 runs, 110-run partnership there with his captain. But look at that catch. Low diving to his right. Rishi Mana. Oh, in no manner of nonsense picking up that one. Wicket number 1 goes. And some results coming in the 10th over.
I think we're going to have the Blue Waters drinks break at this stage. So as the players are going to take a bit of a refreshment, we're going to get our Blue Waters as well.
Yeah, welcome back to action here at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex as we enter game number 15. The North Coast, they're up against Pole 9. North Coast, they had a healthy start. They were put in, asked about by the Pole 9 team. And after 9.1 overs, they're 110 for 1. Today, a very, very good start by the North Coast team.
Yeah, excellent start from Kendall Guerra and Darius Padilla, putting on 110, giving them that impetus. We see the new man, Andre Medina, one of the guest players on show, right-hander.
Yeah, I think they'll be looking to push on here. You know, they gotten to 110. They're going at just about 11 runs and over. You know, it's just over 11 runs and over. So they'll be looking to consolidate a bit. And the good thing is that Kana have a couple sighters. Medina can have a couple sighters because he's in front of the run rate. He's immediately off the mark. They're just pushing it out. I think for now, though, all he has to do is rotate the strike and get the big man, Kendall Guerra. He's got another half century here. So he's going well in this tournament, the second in this tournament. He'll be looking to push on. He'll be saying, I'm not done yet.
Yeah, he's led from the front. This one is up and over. He's getting a lot on this one. Out over the complex. Guerra with another Subway Eat Fresh maximum. He continues to bat well. Continues to lead from the front.
Well, it was almost the famous Super Blue song. A man hit a ball, not in Antigua, but a man hit a ball in Diego Martin, and it almost ended up in Maracas. He got under it, extended the arms, held the pose, and it was out of the ground. A Subway Eat Fresh moment. So he's batting well. You're seeing a smile on his face. He's enjoying batting. I'm sure for him, it's one of the best wickets you'd have played on in Trinidad and Tobago. And the ball is coming on nicely. A lot on offer. If you're spinning, you've got to make sure and hit your straps correctly, get the correct line and length. No, little room for error. But of course, the bowlers, as we see, they're looking for some balls here that are just about 10 overs old. The umpires deciding that that's just about 10 overs old.
I think though what we've seen is excellent batting, capitalizing on the opportunity. Guerra, he's not let his foot off the accelerator. He's putting away the bad deliveries. He's always looking to be aggressive, and he's done so extremely well this evening.
Well, they're yet to the halfway stage thus far, in this innings. So he'll be, and he's already on 50 plus. So he'll be looking to get 100 this evening. We already saw 100 this afternoon. Earlier, it was a brutal one, if ever there was a brutal knock, won by Dejon Charles, for the police team. A real whirlwind of a knock. 109.
This time again, quicker delivery, driven out. Bit of a misfield again, and it's gonna come back for 2. Pole 9, they've been very slack in the outfield tonight.
Yeah, they've definitely not held their hands up and tightened things. As we see there, here's the referee, Miss Lewis, not the referee, the umpire, Miss Lewis. She's always there. She's a scorer, was graduated into refereeing. That one keeping a bit low, but they're able to squeeze it out there. The backward point region. Shares a bounce there with Prince. And that brings the end of the over. So at the end of the 10th over, the North Coast team, after being inserted by Pole 9, they are 120 for 1. Guerra, he's on 61. With him, Adrian Medina, he's on 1. Sukan, who's going to continue here from the southern end.
But Gordon, what would you have done at the toss? You winning the toss here on this particular surface. What would you have done?
I think I would have batted first, given the history of the wicket. But I can understand what the Pole 9 team would have done there. In between the two games, the pulling off and pulling on over the covers, a little moisture, would have gotten onto the pitch. You'd have challenged your faster bowlers to get something off. If there was anything to get, it was just as the pitch. And this one is up in the air. It's going to be a bit of an opportunity. He settled under it. Oh, and it's been put down there by Mana, and they get 2.
Hopeless there from Rishi Mana. Just didn't know where the ball was. Lost it in the night sky, and in the end, making a bit of a meal of the opportunity. Guerra, he lives the fight. Another day, he's on to 63. North Coast 1-2-2 for 1.
Yeah, he'll win refocus himself, take a few moments for him. Yeah, it was up in the air. He got rid of the hat early, that was Mana. But in reality, he didn't get himself in position.
No.
In fact, not even getting a hand to it.
On the track. Just a single. Continues to ride his luck, Kendall Guerra. But, you know, with those showers that we had just before the start of this game, the surface, it has remained in pristine condition. The toss, you could have almost seen that sheen. And the ball is carrying through nicely.
Yeah, well, that's what they want to use. You want to use a little bit of moisture, a little bit of good bounce. You would have seen Saka when he was bowling from the northern end in his first over, get a good bounce for a man of his pace. But as with cricket, bad bowling, whether it's on a good wicket or a bad wicket, whether the wicket is crumbling, you're going to definitely pay the price. And I think that's what happened here to the Pole 9 team. The bowling has not been spot on. You'd have seen Prince come on and get the wicket. You see he's also holding the batters. Yes, in the air. It just gets past the man in the infield. And they're going to get across for 2.
Oh, bit of a mix-up. Medina is struggling. And the return, Saka couldn't gather it. Getting 3 runs.
Yeah, so we see Miss G. Romaine. She is here in the crowd. There 2 chances really, because you would think that that fielder should have gotten at least his hand straight. And then when they show you the running between the wickets, Medina was ball watching. He was called through and was just sitting on his bat. Guerra, it's up in the air, shout of catch him. And this time he holds on. Lochan, Ganesh Lochan, the man they call Doggy, he holds on. And Guerra goes. The captain innings comes down in. North Coast, they lose their second wicket at 126 for 2. The way the North Coast fans are cheering, you would have think that he's just gotten to 100, but they was cheering an excellent innings there by Skipper Guerra.
Yeah, good knock comes to an end there, Kendall Guerra. This time just holding out to the man in the deep there. Lochan with a good safe catch. And he goes, man coming out at number 4. Was picking up that wicket off the final delivery of the 11th over. Score 126 for 2. Saka striking at the right time. Big wicket there. Made a lot of height and held on safely there at long on. So the new man for North Coast in at 4, it's Sachin Baliram, the other guest player. Saw him earlier on doing some ground staff duties. He's out here now.
Well, the last man to do ground staff duties and then go out to bat, he scored a beautiful 119. That was Mario Belcona yesterday. So he'll want to follow in his footsteps.
Prince continuing here from the northern end. Dot delivery to start with. This one is cut away nicely. Work out there for the man. And he does well. Rugby, it is 2 runs. And again a lapse. Going through for the extra run.
It's been a poor fielding display by the Pole 9 team. I think it's just about keeping your focus. I think they've not been, the intensity of the Pole 9 team in the field has just not been up to scratch. You know, 20 over cricket. It's not the cricket that you're just going to be cruising around, moving from fielding position to fielding position. No, you've got to be intense. You've got to be dialed in. Oh, and he's bowling for a duck. A golden duck here. Sachin Baliram.
Sachin Baliram goes here. Ball long, Shaquem Prince. Ball 9. Just beginning to pull things back. 1, 2, 6 for 3. Back-to-back wickets here.
I think they're back into the game here. Very strange shot there by Baliram. His first delivery. He just came off the pad and onto the stumps. Bottom edge. It was the bottom edge onto the pad, onto the stumps. He looked at the bat. But it's going to be James, Terrence James. You know how he goes. He goes one way. He has a good platform here. But I think he should just come in and see a couple of deliveries, refocus. The run rate there above 10 runs and over. So there's no need for him to come out and go helter-skelter from ball 1. He can take his time and get himself set.
In fact, it's another James.
Yeah,
Junior
sorry,
James.
Terrence James. Oh, it's Junior
Junior
James.
James there.
It's another James. Yes. So not Terrence. Sorry.
After a bit of a rocking start here from the North Coast, they've just been pulled back slightly, losing 3 relatively quick wickets, 2 back-to-back, and that would definitely put a halt to their scoring, because the run rate is a superior one, going at just over 11s to the over.
So Prince, he's looking to continue here. He's bowling to James. Junior James it is. Beating him outside your stump. So Prince has come on and done just what his skipper's asked him to do. He got the breakthrough, getting a Padella out first, and then he's followed that up with a wicket of Baliram.
And this game though is reduced to 19 overs per team. So just about 7 overs after this one. Final delivery of the 12th over. This one is up in the air. Man is coming in from the long off boundary. Hamilton it is who takes another catch here. And North Coast shaking a bit. 129 now for 4.
They're reeling here, really, after being 110 without loss in 9+ overs. They're 129 for 4 after 12. So after 12 overs, the North Coast team, after being asked to bat first, they're 129 for 4. This is the 4th wicket. It was up in the air. Hamilton made good distance, and his hands were good as well as he took the catch. Prince the bowler, Hamilton the catcher, and the North Coast team slipped to 129 for 4. So Terrence James it is who comes to the wicket. So just as we were saying, Kadir, at the start of this game, the North Coast team, they've had moments of brilliance. You know, you could talk about the batting of their skipper, Guerra. Also the batting of Medina in earlier matches. The bowling sometimes was good, but they've been unable to stitch together a whole game to be able to get a result. So they're good in patches, as we see.
Manager of the Pole 9 team, Ashik Ali, also known as Worm.
So
He's brought out his family.
A family affair here at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. And if you're in the area, we invite you to come down. Tomorrow we've got 2 exciting games on from 2 p.m. So after your morning worship, you could always find yourself here and enjoy an evening of good entertainment.
Yeah, Sakando, he's into his final over. So the Pole 9 are going to have to find some options in the back end. 4 wickets down. Terrence James really need to build a bit of a partnership here with Medina.
We know how he goes. You know, I'll be shocked if he goes anywhere different of how he's accustomed to going. As we see, they're just having a drink there to go down with his fries. I'm sure that fries would have been from KFC, one of the sponsors of this North Zone tournament. Another sponsor, the NLCB. Now let's create benefits, the National Lotteries Control Board. And this one peels off the edge. It's going to go down for 4. So it peels past the short third man region. And the North Coast fans, they're still full of voice.
Yeah, Terrence James getting off the mark. Bit of fortune. Tickish outside edge.
Oh, he's following the old coaching manual. When you go hard.
1-3-4 for 4. Time pushed out into the offside and able to get a single.
Yeah, they're unable to feel the ball over sprints. So they're able to come through for a relatively easy single in the end. Medina has come out and seen action all around him. 3 wickets have fell since he's gotten to the wicket. 2 for Ducks. And his skipper going for a well played 60 plus. He's here driving. It's in the gap. It's well, oh, beautiful fielding out there by Lochan. Garnish Lochan there, putting in the dive. The man known as Doggy.
Good dogged stuff from Lochan. Commitment. We have some of the young ones, the experienced ones, mommies, daddies, a lot. It's a family affair here at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. North Coast fans. There we see the effort. Lochan putting in the big dive, saving a run for his team. So at the end of 13, North Coast 138 for 4.
Still going quite handily, the North Coast team. They had such a good start that even with the fall of wickets, they're still going reasonably well. Over 10 runs and over. So they'll take that. What will be of concern to them, though, is batting after this pair. I think batting after this pair is where they'll be looking. So this pair, a very important partnership as Prince continues going down the leg side. See clearly it was going well down the leg side. As we see one of the fans in the stands here just watching the game on M&E television.
Yeah.
At M&E television on YouTube. Yes, you could type in M, the symbol, and E. Oh, and he's bowling. Yeah. Terrence James, he only goes one way, big hit or not. And there Prince asking him to hit. So Prince getting a 4th wicket here. The 5th wicket for the North Coast team. So Prince is coming on has really pulled things back for his team. James goes. And the North Coast team rocking and wailing here like if they're in the sea at Maracas. Yeah, he's bold. His head was all over the place. All over the shop. He's disgusted, I think, only with himself.
Yeah. Poor shot there. Really yoked himself. Just on the back foot, a foolish delivery, and Prince celebrates. He has his 4th. And the North Coast now 139 for 5. So those 4 wickets going down for just the 29 runs. Just the 29 runs, and the pole 9.
Not the 4 wickets, the 5 wickets going down for the 29 runs. They were 110 without loss. So they're slipping, sliding. And just as I've said, you know, unable to stitch together, you know, a consistent game. They're good in parts and pieces. So after an excellent opening partnership, 110 opening partnership, half century by their skipper.
Yeah.
They've lost 5 wickets. And Akil Guerra comes in to join Medina.
They're losing their way a bit here, North Coast. This one is taken on the body, and they go through for the leg by. Yeah, Akil Guerra really needs to form a partnership. He doesn't want to expose the lower order so early. Of course, just about 6 overs remain, 5 overs, in fact, after this one. So it's a pretty decent time to try and just build a mini partnership, mini recovery. 140 for 5.
I think what happened to the North Coast team is they were given directions from here. As we see the skipper, he's looking quite relaxed there in the dugout. This one just dragged to the mid-on region. So the North Coast team given directions to go to Maracas from here, and when they reach just by the split to go down to go to Santa Cruz, and they decided to go to Santa Cruz instead of going to North Coast because they definitely lost their way. So they're heading back into Port of Spain.
Well, Lennon's not yet finished. And Guerra, I'm sure, would have other ideas. This time turning this one into the onside and picking up 2 handy runs.
I think for me the greatest disappointment is that they moved away from what got them to that commanding opening partnership. It was good running and waiting for the bad balls that came. But at the end of 14 overs, the North Coast team, after being asked to bat first, they're 143 for 5.
That's the end of an excellent spell by Shaheen Prince. 4 overs, no beatings, 4 wickets for 23 runs. Big spell, boy.
Pablo. Yeah.
Marina, change in bowling. Realize coming left arm over.
So a new bowler from the southern end, Kareem Hamilton, back for his second over. 143 for 5 as Gordon Pierre vacates the hot seat. And Roll Burke is in my company. Roll, interesting turn of affairs here.
Well, even I myself was in the bus with North Coast heading to Maracas. And just when we got to that Y, man, I myself jumped out because 5 wickets falling for just some 27 runs there is unbelievable. North Coast was in driving form as this one, 144 now for the loss of 5 at the start of the 15th over. Hamilton, the bowler. Medina, he's on 12, Guerra on 3. But look at the captain. The captain
Well,
gave them
that's
such an
coming left
awesome
over. One
start
ball.
partnering with Padilla. 113-run partnership for the first wicket. And then everything just dropped, just catapulted. They all came in and some atrocious shots. Oh my goodness. Even the fans,
Well, ball, nice it.
the North Coast fans lost their voice.
Yeah. Now it's up to Guerra, Akil Guerra and Medina. So a bit of a repair needed.
Easy.
This one is in the air, and Akil Guerra loses his wicket quite tamely. Mana taking the catch there, and Hamilton striking. So it's beginning to go pear-shaped here now for North Coast, losing their 6th wicket, 144 for 6.
Yeah, the hemorrhage continues. They need to plug that from somewhere. Something needs to happen here. But pole 9, look at pole 9, and it all started with that man Prince just starting that. There it is again, driving that ball, but only able to get to that man, Rishi Mana. And pole 9 is going to be quite happy now, pulling things back. Remember, at the halfway mark, they were already over the 100, and you could have seen pole 9 struggling. You know, they started to have the miscommunication, but then pulling things back. Getting some 6 wickets in the last 4.3 overs. This is excellent indeed. So they enter the, I would say, the tail, a very long tail, this North Coast team. Hernandez now, he makes his way. Medina, he's still there on 13. Remember, it's now 19 overs. So North Coast, after such an excellent start, really losing their way here at 144 for 6. Hamilton, the man, changing ends.
I think somehow the remaining batters, Kiefer Hernandez and company, they would need to find some way to get Medina on strike. It's no chance that they're looking to play shots and keep losing those wickets. Really need to put the set man Medina on strike. More recognized batter.
Yes, indeed. So here, and already, Hernandez is off the mark.
6 men outside. 1, 4, 5, 6.
And it's actually 6 men outside of the circle. And there should be 4 men inside. There are 6 fielders out of this.
You're allowed
Is
5
is that-
outside.
Well, there are 6 outside.
Yeah. But it should be signaled a no ball. I'm not sure if the umpire.
Yeah, they're now pulling in a fielder back in the circle. So the umpire there, that one just evading him.
Hamilton turned into the onside. Medina thinking about 2. Should get that quite easily. Yep, they do. Hernandez putting on the afterburners.
Oh, yeah.
Big man.
So 147 now for 6. Yeah, you know, looking back at that field, 6 men outside of the circle. Very interesting.
Yeah, so just losing their way a bit. North Coast, 147 for 6. Medina, he's still there. He is on 15.
Are we going to see some form of rebuilding here?
This time again, thinking about 2. Luchan is one of the better fielders. So thinking better of that. That's the single.
On that occasion, wise enough just to settle for the 1. So at the end of 15, North Coast being put into bat here, 148 for the loss of 6. Medina, he's on 16, and Hernandez, the new man, he is on 1. So lots of wickets falling here in a flurry, just after the halfway mark. And the North Coast, you would have thought, after such an excellent start, they would have continued to just build on that wonderful partnership, the captain and Padilla. Padilla, the first man to go, but they didn't. So North Coast Need to rebuild. They have 4 more overs to do so. Mana has been put back. He's going to come from the Mario Belcon end. He's going to be bowling his final over.
Rishi Mana back for his final over. 4 overs remaining in the innings. So Medina on strike. The field is a third man, a backward point, a sweeper, extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, a square leg up inside, and a mid wicket inside the circle. See what Rishi Mana can offer.
Here he is.
North Coast fans just cheering on their counterparts. This one is into the leg side. Hamilton is around quickly. And easily done. Good work from Kareem Hamilton. Hernandez was short of his ground. He goes run out. Good ground fielding again there by Hernandez, and teaming up there with Mana to get rid of Hernandez. 148 for 7.
Yeah, that shot well played directly into that fielder, and a rifled left arm there from Hamilton, and Mana just over the stumps. Hernandez, he had to go. The burners was on, but they were smoking. Probably need to do some oil change or just check his yeah, probably need to check his pistons there. Wicket number 7 goes, and I tell you what, look at that throw just over the stump. Mana, excellent indeed. And here comes Hernandez in maybe a 3rd or 4th place. Certainly wasn't first. And 148 for 7. The new batsman, Diaz.
Yeah, Ramon Diaz, new man, and North Coast here looking like they certainly now they are looking like they could be bowled out within their allotted 19 overs. This one again, good work again there from that man, a bit of footballing skills.
That's the Prince, Tall, Shakil Dolly Prince, the big man. So Mana coming around the wicket for the left-hander. Medina. Hernandez, the man, recently run out. This one flashing outside the line of the off stump there. Now rehearsing the correct stroke. A lot of injudicious strokes there we see from some of the North Coast batters. The 150 is up. Over number 16.
Yeah, just not going to plan after the opening partnership. Again, a swing and a miss from Diaz. He's looking to play the big shots, and it might be advisable to just get Medina back on track. There are a lot of gaps in the outfield, and it's no use swinging and missing at this stage. You want to really pick up anything on offer. Dot ball's not helping the cause.
He would be better minded just to maybe play the drop shot. This one just falling out of the reach there of that man. Prince looking for 2.
One ball to win.
Could have been in some trouble there, but sensibly sent back by his partner. So the score moves on to 151 for the loss of 7 into the 16th over. Just 1 legal delivery left. Medina, he's there. He need to probably face these last 3 overs as this one is driven. Will they go for 2? Somebody will be in some trouble here, but a poor throw from that man, Low Chan out there. Not a good throw on that occasion. The score 153 for 7 at the end of 16.
So it's the end of the innings. We're 3 overs short. We're 3 overs short of what we thought it would have been a 19-over game, but I'm just looking at my watch, and I may just think that the cutoff time, the umpire is just deeming that we've reached the allotted cutoff time, and 16 overs have been bowled by the pole 9. So at the end of it, North Coast 153 for 7.
Well, this will turn out to be not a bad total when you're considering 16 overs. 153 turned out to be relatively a pass score, but a competitive total nonetheless. As we get ready for some wonderful highlights. Here we saw Padilla getting into the thick of things. Some wonderful early stroke play on. And he had an excellent knock on that occasion. Guerra, the captain, dispatching Hamilton for that one. The shot of the evening. Beautiful on drive, lovely indeed. Guerra continued his exploits, hitting everybody. This one, Ramkisoon was out of the park, probably at the National Stadium with that Subway Eat Fresh Maximum. And getting to his 50s, the big man. And there we saw the Hennessy celebration time there for Guerra. And the catch there and mid on by Mana. Padilla had to go, he went for 39.
Concession of wickets for the pole 9. This time, Guerra holding out in the deep. Lochan taking the catch. And this is when they really started to lose their way here the North Coast. But this time, Baliram being bowled here off the inside edge. Prince striking. And this time, another opportunity held on by Hamilton. And then a bit of a edge that went for 4. Medina tried his bit. Terrence James bowled all over the place. Prince again. And this was Hamilton getting into the yak. The easy catch there for Mana. Medina. He tried. This one was a run out. Good pickup. Quick throw. And Hernandez had to go. So roll at the end of 16 overs. Interesting again here. At the end of 16, the pole 9 would require 154 from 16 overs. So we have the presentation for the fan of the match.
Yeah, so there we see a lovely lady getting her fan of the match. Good to see Sunshine Snacks as we get ready for the break. 154 needed in 16 overs. We'll be back shortly. asking is, so bring up your children in a way that first thing is you need to let them know you're born this way, but you can be great. Well, it's back with action here at the North Zone T20 tournament, day 14. Well, the chase is on for Pole 9 team. North Coast were put into bat by Pole 9 after winning the toss. And a great start by Guerra and company. But then just after the midway, Pole 9 got into the thick of things, pulled things back, and up until that 16th over, 153. Gordon, welcome back. How are you and your thoughts?
Well, I think that total, although it's a decent one, for 16 over a side game, I think the North Coast team, they may just think that they left some runs on the ground, as they would say, so they would definitely, the momentum would be in the hands of the Pole 9 team. They'll want to come out here and get a good start and put the pressure back on the North Coast team. North Coast, their bowling has been a bit of topsy-turvy. Mr. Devines, Claude Devines, a lot will depend on him. He's been, throughout the season, one of their main bowlers, but for this T20 tournament, he's definitely not shown up.
Yeah, 9.56 is the asking rate here for the Pole 9 team. And Riaz and company going to have to settle things down. Remember, it's just 16 overs. And that's a tall ask from this batting pair. As already we see a batsman looking to just change his helmet.
Yeah, that's Brown. Robert Brown, looking to take off his helmet, he realized that it's going to be the spin over Andrew Medina. So he's not wanting to be uncomfortable. Of course, he sports a dreadlocks. That added here would definitely provide some heat in the humidity here. So he's just freeing himself of that helmet. And it's going to be Medina, Andrew Medina, who's going to open the bowling for the North Coast team.
Yes, umpire getting ready. 153. So just in case you've joined us, folks, Pole 9 won the toss this evening and inserted the opposition. And the North Coast getting to 153. So 154 needed for victory at an asking rate of 9.56. Here we go, Medina. He's going to be bowling to the big man, Brown. Starting things off from the Digger Martin Main Road end, or the southern end, as we say. Short delivery, and Brown. Oh my goodness, looking like a middleweight boxer, just tugging that one there, but it's a wide. seems to be coming out here in a no-nonsense mood, Gordon.
Yeah, I think if you had to go at 9 runs and over, you'll want to just start the right way in the power play. Beat him, drawing him forward there was Medina, beating him outside the off stick.
Yeah. Brown just need to have a look. It's early days.
Yeah, you could form an innings, you know. In the T20 version, a lot of the batters, they feel that you just need to come and go from ball one. But we've seen throughout the world that you can take your time and get set. Shugman Gill in the IPL showing that, getting 300s.
Yeah, his last 100, 129 off of just 60 deliveries. And I think the point to note with his knock, he play all versions of the game.
Yeah.
And
he started slowly in that innings. In fact, he was going quite slowly and then accelerated. This one's up in the air. It lands safe and runs away for 4.
Well, Brown has opened his account here. Just piercing that wideish long one, and that man running around from a wideish mid-wicket position. And here we see it again.
Yeah, well, we saw from the very first delivery he faced, his intentions were clear. It was a wide down the leg side, and he was looking to target with great aggression. So it seems that anything that's short, wide, or over pitch, he's going to be freeing his arms.
This one pitched up delivery. And
yeah, good comeback delivery there from Medina.
Have one, buddy, have one.
saying have one, as if to spur on Medina here to just get that wicket. This could be caught. Oh, where is he going? Does he have a call? Because that one went straight to that fielder there. Short square leg, and Brown was halfway down the pitch. He's in a hurry.
Yeah, he's come out with some with intentions. Probably he has a dinner date. I hope it's more than $200 worth.
And, with that, over number one comes to a close. Medina, not a bad over. 5 runs on the board. Remember the asking rate 9.56. Prince, he's yet to get off the mark, and Brown, he's there on 4.
Yeah, good start by the bowling unit of the North Coast team. They're starting with a spinner at the southern end, the Patrick Rampasad end. As we see the skipper, he's going to be taking up the attack from the northern end. The unofficial Mario Belconen. And it's going to be Kendall Guerra, looking to bowl to Prince. Shaquille Prince, he did well with the ball. So we'll see how he goes with the bat here, Earl.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see Prince in the opening position. Normally would be probably the captain, Riaz, and maybe Wendell Samuel is also a left-hander, but Prince, he's been promoted up the order. So 5 now. And with each over, that run rate would be inching closer to 10 and then into the 11s, making it more difficult for the Pole 9 outfit.
Yeah, the Pole 9 outfit with a victory here will definitely put some pressure on Santa Cruz, the defending champions in this group.
Outside the line of the off stump. So it's the skipper himself. Bowls left arm, bats right arm.
He's opened both the bowling and the batting. Yeah, He's no bits and pieces cricketer. Solid all-round cricketer here, Kendall Guerra. Formerly a defense force man in terms of playing for the defense force.
He's a seasoned campaigner. Here he is once more.
Up in the air.
May fall.
Brilliant catch there by Sachin Baliram.
Well, wow, and look at the Hennessy celebration, because Shaquille Prince, he's gone for a duck. He's certainly no Prince here this evening. And what a catch by that man, running back, looking into the night skies. Excellent catch indeed. You take a bow, go to the front of the class. Hennessy celebration. 5 for the loss of 1. Pole 9, certainly in some trouble.
Yes, a brilliant catch there by Baliram. He had to run a long, long way, running backward as well. Look at it again. He went high. But I think that picture would not show you the great amount of running that Baliram had to do. He had to run all of 20 meters back, taking that catch over the shoulder there. An excellent catch. He made it look simple, but what a catch there by Baliram. And just what the doctor ordered for the North Coast team, an early wicket.
Well, I mentioned that Wendell Samuel, normally as we see Guerra again, look at that replay, up into the sky, and look at that catch. What an awesome catch. He is running against the ball, not realizing the flight, the momentum, and picking it up just at the last moment. Awesome catch.
Great catch there by Baliram. He failed with the bat, but he showed up in the field here. A Hennessy celebration moment there.
So Wendell Samuel, another left-hander, and I just mentioned that he would have normally taken up the opening position. But tonight, it's coming number 3. So another left replacing. So it's going to be left to left. So he came off a relatively okay knock the other evening, and he's going to have to stay there for his team and put up some type of partnership there with Brown, the non-striker. Ball outside the line of the awesome. So the skipper is really showing that he's leading from the front. He led with a bat, and he's certainly leading with the ball.
Yeah, well, his team needed something here tonight. They've not completed the task just yet, but definitely the skipper has been leading from the front. He's put up his hand and said that if my ship is going to go down, I'm going to be the one leading it.
Look at those deliveries. He's just holding back his deliveries, bowling back of a length and just getting into the midriff region, or what we'd say the diaphragm of the batsman. This is good bowling, and I'm sure that's because of his height also, you know, part of his repertoire.
Excellent over thus far. No runs yet. Already gotten a wicket.
White ball.
Then the commentators curse.
Carrying up that one and straying on the off stump of Wendell Samuel there.
Well, Wendell Samuel sold him the charge, though. I don't know if that put him off. Just straying a bit there. But he's been excellent thus far.
6 for the loss of 1. But then a thick inside edge. Charging is Samuel.
Some good fielding there in the inner circle there by Baliram.
Yeah, but look at the movement of the North Coast players. You can see they all with their tails up, realizing 153, 16. Run rate inching up to 10 now.
Some good bowling here. Let's see if Guerra can finish it off well. He's up against Brown, who's come out and seeming to have intentions of scoring quickly. Oh, brilliant delivery. Finishing off the over well there. Just 2 from it, 1 from the bat and 1 wide and add the wicket to that. An excellent first over there from Kendall Guerra. So after 2 overs, as we see him here, just beating him outside the off stump. So after 2 overs, the Pole 9 team looking to get to 154 for victory in 16 overs. They're 7 for 1.
More yet. That's your middle stop.
So Gordon, that run rate now up to 10.5 runs needed per over. And Samuel, I know him to be very aggressive. He never likes to be bogged down too long.
Let's see how it goes again. The experienced Medina.
Have one, buddy, have one.
Big Medina, he showed his jersey before the game saying.
Well done, Rami.
Driving the pace that the man there at cover. So Pole 9 need to find some runs, need to look into the outfield, lots of spaces, lots of gaps.
So it's in the air. It's going to land safely and it's going to race away for 4 runs. So freeing the shackles there, Samuel. That ball just give him a bit of room, a bit of air. And he just freeing his arms was Samuel.
Yeah, that's how he goes, Gordon. He's that type of player. Never likes to stay. You know, he tends to free his arms. Medina, I'm sure he's not going to be happy with that one, as they have sent out that long off fielder there now. And there's a man sweeper on the boundary there.
He's dead now, Junior. Good stop, boy. Good stop, boy.
Misreading it really there. That was one of the James brothers. I think it was Junior James.
Yeah, he really misread it. He came in just about 3 paces off the boundary, and I think that's when he lost it. He would have done better to remain on the boundary and have a longer look whilst it went airily. Nonetheless, Samuel, he lives to fight another day. He moves on to 62. Here it is once more. Samuel looking for that one, looking to get the maximum. But there he came in a bit too much, only to realize it was going over his head. 12 now for the loss of 1. Medina, the bowler.
Ball, buddy, bowling. Simple, simple, one, easy, well done, bud.
Easy, comfortable. But still, they need to really put, release the screws, so to speak, because that run rate would be looking them, staring them in the eye, is this Pole 9 team.
Yeah. Also, they may have a reduced power play as the game has reduced to 16 overs. Of course, they had a cutout time that they didn't get to the cutout time in time. That's the Pole 9 team. So I think the penalty may just be a 1 less over of the power play. Not quite sure the rules as it pertains to that. But I'll get that for you in a short.
Yes, see, this one is up in the air again. Could be caught now. And when Samuel short stay at the crease, and I said it, he's a guy who would like to be bumped down. He's either you get me or I get you. In this case, he is a goner. He's going to be heading back to the pavilion for just 6 runs. And Pole 9 continues the slide. 13 for the loss of 2.
Very good catch there. I think we underestimating the catch there this time by the other James. In fact, it was Terrence this time. Junior putting on the chance early on. And Terrence James making amends. Look at it here again. He had some work to do to run around. Got there, held on.
Yeah, that's a brilliant catch. Another Hennessy celebration. And look at him rolling, tumbling, getting up, all in one motion. And there is the celebration. Hennessy celebration. And North Coast are large and in charge here. Pool 9. Well, I'm not seeing Mohammed as yet. Here is Hamilton. Thought I would have seen that man, Riaz Mohammed, but Hamilton is coming in.
You're not quite sure the tactics here. Not quite sure the strategy here, but 3 overs gone. They're 13 for 2, the Pool 9 team, and looking to get to 154 to win in 16 overs. The skipper looking to continue from the northern end. That's Kendall Guerra. Just losing his run out there.
But Gordon, wouldn't it be interesting if North Coast, just saying, I know it's early going yet, but to pull off this victory, get the 2 points with a game in hand, and just turn this group on its head?
Well, I think the group has already been turned on its head with the defending champions losing, that's Santa Cruz losing. Yeah. So what it will do, it will definitely keep the group open, because if Pool 9 is to get a victory here, they'll be edging closer. It will put more pressure on the Santa Cruz team to be perfect in their the remaining 2 games. The good news for the Santa Cruz team is that
Pool 9.
No, the Santa Cruz team is that the Queen's Park 1 team has been eliminated from the festival.
From the festival.
So
all the players are going to be available.
So Bravo and Webster.
Yes.
Oh, that's off the edge. I think that's going to go all the way. Yeah, Brong with a big offer. It flew off the edge, but it went for a subway hit fresh maximum down behind the final region there.
Yeah, you saw him with the ball before. Ball was an offer, but rank long up this time. Just going down the leg side and a good shot. Healthy pull there. Subway eat fresh maximum. First for the evening. And this time just falling short of that man Medina. So Brown living dangerously here.
Barrington Levy would definitely be paid to sing here at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. Could you give us a rendition, Roll? We know you can sing.
He's living dangerously.
Too dangerous, I said too dangerous.
Just having a little fun with you guys. It's back with cricket action here. 20 for the loss of 2.
Baliram doing some good work. He's been in the action on the field really. Baliram is sticking out a beautiful catch. He's also done a lot of good work on the inner circle. He's in the high traffic zone there, that cover point region there.
Hamilton. Look at that. How can you pierce the wall? The great North Coast wall.
Yeah, went high there. He looked, I think he brought all his basketball skills in to play there. But at the end of 4, the Pool 9 team, they're 20 for 2. Brown, he's on 12, and Hamilton yet to get off the mark.
change from bowler's coming. Left arm wrong.
And Gordon at over number 4, still into the power play, 20 for the loss of 2. The run rate now 11.16, and it continues to climb as we see excellent bowling here. Getting wickets is this North Coast team.
Yeah, I think this over here is going to be very interesting as they go to Guerra. Akil Guerra, that is. He didn't go as well as he should in his last game. He's coming into Brong, or Robert Brong, who's shown his intent from ball 1. So this is going to be a very interesting over here.
Catch him!
He needed his brother high there to get anything on it.
Good start, Bob, good start.
Certainly. He almost looks as half the size of Kendall.
Big start, Barney, big start.
Good start.
Yeah, it's a good first delivery. One's up in the air.
You call for 2, man. Right.
Dropping safely. Rocket throw. Seems to be Baliram out there as well. Yeah, Sachin Baliram there showing dexterity in the outfield. Challenging the batters to run.
To run, yeah, certainly.
And that throw rifled over the top of the bills.
2 bold.
So Hamilton is yet to get off the mark. Brong is on 13, 21 for 2. Guerra continue to apply pressure here. The appeal goes up. Not releasing the pressure is North Coast on this pole 9 team.
Yeah, they want to tighten it here. They want to, as I say, pressure this burst pipe. They will want to burst the pipe shortly, but that's releasing the pressure there. A half pitcher there, really. The old long hop, as they call it.
Yeah, just when we thought, you know, in pneumatic equipment, the average pressure is 90 psi. So just when we thought that psi was maintaining, he just released it and went up to 135 psi or thereabouts and dispatched for 4 and runs Hamilton. And not a bad way to open your account.
Yeah, it's a good-looking pull shot, but it was a rank long hop, as they call it. Pitching almost halfway down.
25 for 2 now. After that 4.
Great fielding there by the skipper. He's leading by example. He's come out tonight and said, I'm Captain America, Captain North Coast, really.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, he got his stamina, energy, and it's showing, benefiting from his stamina, energy there. Kendall Guerra, the big man, getting down in quick sorts. This one, well driven. Look at that stop.
Good feeling there by Terrence James. It brings the end a good over there by Akil Guerra. Just 6 from it. So at the end of 5 overs and the power play, the pool 9 team, they're 26 for 2.
26 for 2. They would have thought at the end of 5, they could have probably been maybe in the 40s or thereabouts, but credit goes to the bowling of this North Coast team. Rallying around his bowlers bowling in excellent partnership. Guerra also in the thick of things, the Guerra brothers, and this is very good. North Coast showing a different side to themselves here this evening.
Yeah, they're looking to stitch together, finally stitch together a good game. You know, they've been good in patches, but they yet to really stitch together a total game where they're able to get their batting together, their bowling together, and their fielding together. They've been awesome in the field. You saw just a blemish with that drop card from James there. That was Junior James, but you saw his brother, Terrence James, taking a good catch, as well as Sachin Baliram taking a brilliant catch. After that, the ground fielding of the skipper, Guerra, and there's definitely been stitching together a very, very solid performance here, the North Coast team.
Yeah, they're looking good, you know, in all aspects of the game, the feeling, the bowling, the batting. They have certainly come to the party here this evening. North Coast doing well. Let's see if Terrence James can continue. And yes, indeed, he does. And look at the keeper.
Padella, he's coming to the team and he's added a spark there. He did well with the bat and he's doing well behind the stumps there. Pint size, but he packs a punch.
Certainly, indeed.
Probably belongs to the Sunshine Snacks power pack.
Who knows, I'm sure.
It's going down the leg side there. Good take by Padella down the leg side though.
Well, James has a very interesting action. Look at the run-up. He runs up, and then he almost floats in the air before getting onto his pivot foot. Very interesting. Here it is. Look at that. Wow. Very, very interesting.
This time is outside the off stump. No call by the umpire. Umpire Claude Gaskin at the northern end there.
These young bowlers. Let's have a look at that one more time. Wow. This one is just played onto the onside. Only getting one. Hamilton, he moves on to 6. The score. Look at this action here. You're seeing it?
Yeah.
As if to float up in the air. Now, normally, a technical bowling action. Let's see as he comes up one more time. And this one.
It's going down leg side. It moved a long way into the batter. If we had put on the lines, it would have been hitting in front, pitching in line, hitting in line, missing the stumps.
You know, in ballet, there's a pose called plie. Look at it. And he's almost doing a plie, so to speak, with his bowling action. Very, very interesting.
Well, I'm not learned in these cultures, ballet and singing, such as you cultured guys.
Yes, I must commend him because most a natural bowler trying that, I'm telling you, he would almost fall over immediately.
As we see some of the Pool 9 teams
Yes,
mates there, they're looking concerned in the dugout.
Concerned faces. So, over comes Close, yes. Very concerned manner. Well, he's yet to come in. He seems to be padded up to come in next. At the end of 6, Pool 9, 28 for the loss of 2. Once again, we say good evening to all of our sponsors, Office of the Prime Minister, Sports and Cultural Fund, NLCB, as we welcome back my good friend Kadir Mohammed. Kadir, well, I'm sure Riaz Mohammed at the toss didn't think his team would have been in this position. As James continues here. That man, you cannot count him out of the game, is the captain, as we see. Little babies in arms. Oh my goodness, the little cheeks probably thinking, I'm going to do that in maybe another 10 to 13 years. As you know, the under-13s are playing on. There's Guerra again.
Yeah. Leading by example, Kendall Guerra. He's put on a captain's effort here for his team, really leading from the front, but it's a stifling job here by the North Coast bowlers, really putting a stranglehold on the Pole 9, really arresting the scoring. We're into over number 7 and just 28 on the board. Remember, a slightly reduced game due to some rains. North Coast getting to 153, Pole 9 and needing 154 in 16 overs. This stage, you need to get some Subway Eat Fresh maximums again there, Guerra. Some good work in the outfield, good sharp work.
He is looking impressive as we see another fan just having a look at the game, just viewing it on her device. Good evening to Subway. And very good cricket here from Pool 9.
Yeah, excellent so far from them. 28 for 2. Hamilton a bit scratchy so far. This one is pulled away. It's in the gap. And a boundary there for Kareem Hamilton. Finally able to release the shackles. He gets a welcome boundary. Pool 9 tottering a bit here, Roll.
Just as you said it, tottering indeed. That run rate now is heading over that 12.1 mark. 32 for the loss of 2 in 7. Remember, 154 needed. Here's Guerra. And there was that shot piercing the gap for 4. Just releasing the screws, so to speak. Guerra again to Hamilton. This one is played.
Drilled away. This one is going to the boundary as well. Even better shot placement was good from Hamilton, putting away the full toss. Back-to-back boundaries to end over number 7. Pool 9, 36 for 2.
Yeah, on that occasion, a more convincing stroke. Look at it here, coming forward and driving past that short cover, middle field rather, and getting the boundary. That man at wideish long off had no chance. 36 now for 2.
Yeah, at the end of 7, the North Coast were 94 without loss. There's some of the fans in the stands supporting. The horns are out. I'm sure she's looking at the live stream. She's looking at the game on her device, supporting a team from off the field.
And probably just sending some messages to some friends and saying, hey, it's not too late. It's Friday evening. The weekend is here. Come on down. It's Saturday rather. Oh my goodness, Kadir, I'm still living in the past. Saturday evening, getting ready for that big holiday on Tuesday. So she's probably saying, come on down and just take it in.
Yeah. Oh, no, Robert Brown. Look at the celebrations, Hennessy celebrations from James and the North Coast. Beating them, I don't know what to say. Was it in the flight? It seemed to be a slow delivery. Brown was through the shot. And innocuously rolled, he has to go.
Yeah, he was beaten there for flight. Probably looking for the faster one. But James, just, I almost thought it probably could have gone over the waist, but died on him at the last moment. And he played across the line. The Cardinal sin. A ball where he could have been probably looking to just play straighter. Going across the line. Here it is again. Fuller. That's what I'm saying. It was really high and then died on the last moment across the line. And he is gone. Beaten for flight.
Well, actually, that was a brilliant delivery. It's dipping. And he totally deceived Brown. Brown really thought it was coming, and then it just started to dip, getting below the bat, yoking Brown. But his scratchy stay has come to an end, and out comes Rishi Mana, really needing to put it on an innings here for Pool 9. They're really struggling at this stage. Well, 36 for 3.
Strange that we haven't seen the captain thus far. His last game, he was the top scorer. And this evening, he's not here, but Mana, he also had a good game. I think he got into the 30s last game, hitting some 2 maximums and a couple of 4s in that knock. Well, he's here. He's known for his big hitting. He's a heavy hitting batsman. His correct cricketing shots. Rishi Mana.
He's going to need all of his experience here.
Don't know what type of manner he's in this evening.
James
Icy
on the stumps, wicket to wicket. Good effort so far from the North Coast bowlers. They really came out today reinvigorated, a new breath of life. It seemed to be a totally different unit that we've seen this evening. And down the leg side, poor work from the keeper. Running close to the boundary. Diaz just inside. And 2 runs completed. And just as we say, Roll, just the commentators curse by delivery.
Yeah, James just losing his shape there. Down the leg side. And he's accepting the responsibility. The score now eases on to 39. They're going to need a lot more of those. Help them. Mana. He's just having a look, realizing a wicket just went down and nothing, no swashbuckling shots needed at this time. Just good, solid thinking.
This one is heaved through the onside. A bit of a misfield there from Kendall Guerra. Just showing that he is human. He's doing some good work previously.
Yeah, a rare misfield there by Guerra. But he's shown his worth here this evening thus far.
This 154 looking very, very huge target. Again, down the leg side. This 154 roll looks very, very big for the pole 9.
Monumental task. I tell you, we saw that lady from Pakistan, the second lady only to get to the summit of Mount Everest just this week. And I tell you what, pole 9 looking at a Mount Everest here themselves this evening.
Well done, buddy.
Just a single. Mana is on strike. Hamilton, he needs to find his rhythm, needs to start striking them. Need to start from somewhere. Maybe Mana is in the mood. This one is trying to go on the onside.
Well done, good attacking, good attacking, good
Dot delivery. Comes to the end, the 8 over. At the end of it, pole 9 really struggling here, looking to get to 154, 42 for 3.
Yeah, and that looks like it's going to be drinks break. A Blue Waters drinks break at the end of 8 overs. So it's back with the cricket action as we look at some of the highlights.
Catch him!
Back early on.
Catch him, he did, Sachi, he did!
This was the first wicket there. Sachin Maliram with a good catch, a running catch. Guerra was the man picking up that wicket. Prince it was. And Samuel, he threatened for a short while, but then another brilliant catch by Terrence James. Saw the back there of Wendell Samuel Medina striking, and then Kendall Guerra, not to be left out. Hamilton with a couple of boundaries, and then a beautiful slow delivery there from Terrence James. Bowling Brown all over the place. 42 for 3 it is at the end of 8 overs. The Blue Waters drinks break roll. Very, very difficult ask here for the pole 9 batters.
Yes, indeed. As I was, alluding to it here on, 42 for 3, 154 needed. It's really tough going. Just 8 overs to get, 116? 114 runs. And that can be really, really troublesome. 3 wickets already down. But Mana and Hamilton there, he's set. He's on 15. We know what Mana can do. It's going to be that man, Guerra, if he has anything to say about it. 42.
Yeah, Akil Guerra from the Patrick Rampersad end.
112. Kadir.
Yeah, looks a long way off from here. 112 from 48 deliveries. Deep fielders, a sweeper, long off, long on.
Have one, buddy.
Deep
Have one.
mid wicket, and third man. This one is cut away.
One is one.
Medina is back there. Just a single.
Back up.
So singles are not hurting the North Coast at this stage. It's the boundaries that they're really protecting, making sure that the fielders are stationed in the right places. Mana, he's on strike. He would need to pull out the long handle. Run rate up to 16s now.
Yes. 16. It's an uphill task.
Very much so. This one is up in the air. James is getting under it. And he makes a meal of this one. It's Junior James out there again. And he's put down second catch of the evening. He is not going to be happy with that. There he is, a shake of the head. Not happy.
Look at it again, Mana. Not timing as he would like, but James running helter-skelter in the outfield, maybe listening to some Beatles. Oh my goodness. Running a bit too fast off the boundary, losing his footing because that one continued to travel over his head. Mana, he's on 4, 46 now for 3. He lives to tell another tale.
Yeah. James, in a high traffic area, they're at long on. Usually you want your best fielders in those high traffic areas. This one is in the air again. And it's, after a bit of a juggle, Terrence James this time shells another opportunity.
Well, they continue to fumble now in the outfield. And Guerra, you can hear him with some vociferous choice words because it's not looking good. Hamilton being put down now, and 47 now for 3.
Maybe it's
Guerra.
contagious, Roll?
It certainly is contagious. That long on and long off field there. High traffic areas.
This one is cut away in the gap. This one is gonna go to the boundary. Mana, as late as anything later than that would be absent. He picks up a boundary, brings up the 50 for pole 9. A bit belatedly at this stage. 51 for 3. 1 delivery short of the 9th overall. Definitely a uphill task.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Don't know if you know that lady, Samina Beg. She was the very first Pakistani lady to climb Mount Everest. And her compatriot, Nalini, did it second lady on Wednesday. Well, they're probably needed here at the complex to help these guys with this monumental task. And this one, what a catch! Rishi Mana just picking up the ball, a slight push, but only able to push it back into the hands of that man, Guerra. Another wicket goes, wicket number 4, the dangerous Mana. You saw his intent, he goes for it, 51 now for 4. Well, I tell you what, it continues to get even higher now than Mount Everest.
Well, they say if the outfielders are not catching them, you better do it yourself. And Akil Guerra holding on to a return catch was hit back firmly, but he got in position, a safe pair of hands, a Hennessy celebration right at the end. And the North Coast, they celebrate, they're well on their way here in the driver's seat, safe as you like from Guerra. And 51 now for 5. Roll, it's definitely going downhill.
Well, that catch was as safe as a fixed deposit in JMMB, but Mana, in single figures, and things looking challenging here now as we see the captain finally coming in here, Riaz Mohammed, but he has a lot to do. He has a lot to do. We're already at the end of 9 and getting ready for 10. Remember, it's only 16 overs and it's 154 needed. That run rate pondering thereabouts 15.75. The task is on. They're going to need some big hitting.
Yeah, this is a situation for the likes of Pollard and Puran. This is definitely very, very difficult. The new batsman thinking about 2. The throw is coming on the striker's end and getting home there, Hamilton. You know, it's really difficult at this stage, Roll. Coming in as a new batter, and the run rate is at 16s, hovering below 17s. No time to settle. You need to get pedal to the metal. Get bat on ball.
Yeah. Well, James and company has been doing a wonderful job. Guerra.
Oh, another good delivery. Yorker leg delivery from James. He's not been impressive this evening with the bat, but I'll tell you what, he's come up trumps here with the ball. He's done some excellent ground fielding as well. We'll give him a bit of a...
Yeah, we'll give him a blind.
Yeah, we'll give him a blind.
We'll give him a pass. As this one peels out of the outside edge. Will they come back for the second? Yes, 2 runs to be had. So as we see, Juan Carlos Narain, concerned faces in the dugout, cheering on his teammates, as if to say, once you get it, you never forget it. Go, pole 9, go. There's Ashok Ali in the background, Ram Kisoon Prince, and the physio there. Just looking on, really concerned now.
Yeah, pensive faces there from Worm and company.
Oh, yes, that's the man, Worm.
Bit of a lapse there from Padilla. Goes through for a bye. Not hurting North Coast, but of course, just putting a bit of a damper on their outfielding. Yeah. Pensive. Verney, the senior elder statesman, he's there. He has seen it all.
He has a little smile, so he's probably thinking of maybe Father's Day, that kind of thing coming up, you know. But the younger guys, you know, Juan Carlos, very, very concerning. Here's again. And this man, James, I am very, very impressed with his bowling and that style of bowling, his technique, his mechanics. You know, I'm sure Ambrose would say he is very interesting. When will he come down on that pivot foot?
Good Yorker length delivery. Mohammed is digging this one. Long one. Good feeling again. Keeps it down to just a single. So at the end of 10, pole 9, 56 for 4.
Well, look at it now. Let's do the maths. So it's a 90. Here is James. Look at it in slow motion. There is the pre. You don't see that every day. You don't see that from many a bowler. he should probably think of a little ballying exploits. Yeah.
I'm sure he's not aware of his pre, but of course, Roll is pretty impressed by that.
Yeah, well, I'm a bowler myself. So when you're coming through your momentum, your pivot is where you can generate that pace from as you leave your back foot. But to see that he can get off with both feet off the ground at the same time for maybe a second or thereabout and then come back on the back foot without causing an injury is amazing.
So it's 2v1 here. It's two bowlers.
Have one, buddy, have one.
GP and RB, Roll Book. Gordon Pierre, he'll have something to say about that. He wants to get his spikes on. He wants to run in and bowl a few overs.
Maybe he can try that.
This one is cut away. Straight to the point fielder. Just a single. So Roll, again there, Lochan and Sakan a bit concerned. I wonder what they're saying to each other there.
And next to them is that veteran, left-handed Anil Datur. He is the coach for this Pole 9 team. And they're sitting a bit distant away from him, so
One.
probably thinking, you know what, coach?
Keeper.
All right, we'll be alone for the evening.
Oh, this one is way. James too strong with the throw. And of course, Padilla being a bit vertically challenged. He's not able to reach that. He would need a 6-foot ladder. But this one runs away for 4 overthrows.
Well, James probably thinking it's a really tough asking here. Unless we see some really rank, poor bowling, they can get to this target. So he decided, you know what, I'll help them with 4 overthrows here. It's all right, you know, but maybe when they get back to the dugout, they may just hold back his stamina energy and say, hey, you know what, have a Blue Waters. Yeah.
Maybe he had too much of a KFC. Strong there with that throw.
Very strong indeed.
Getting in his protein with the chicken. With 64 for 4. Ominous signs here for Pole 9. Roll, of course, tomorrow. We have the big IPL final. CSK up against GT. All to play for. There we see a rocket of a throw. Nothing Padilla could do about that. It's sped into the boundary. 4 overthrows. Guerrero wouldn't be happy though. It's going to be attached to his bowling.
As we see the umpires having a discussion.
Yeah, I'm sure it's they ran 2, but they were certainly coming back for 2, and then the 4 overthrows. So it meant that it's
yeah, it's 2. It's not 3. They didn't run 3. So if they ran 2 and they have the 4 overthrows, then Hamilton would be back on strike.
But they got 6. They did 6 all along the ground.
And you could see James pelting there. You could tell he never had any mango picking days. Yeah, he threw it certainly away.
Swept away in the gap. It's running pretty close, just holding up a bit. A long chase around here for the man at deep backward square.
Well, I tell you what, they may run 4.
Yeah. In fact, they do complete 4. So that has brought about some celebrations there from some of the Pole 9 supporters. Pole 9 supporters. Bringing out the fans, supporting this wonderful occasion here, the North Zone T20, of course. We want to say thanks to our very many sponsors, Subway, KFC, JMMB, Blue Waters, Stamina Energy, Presto Market, and a whole host of others.
Well done, good stop, bud, good stop.
For putting on a fantastic tournament.
Yeah, thank you so much to all of our sponsors, Super Farm. Thank you guys so very much. There you can see Subway. Train hard, eat fresh. So it's Guerra, certainly training hard, eating fresh. As this one is cut away for 4. Deliberate stroke there by Hamilton. Moves into 35, and there you can see his fan. I'm sure that's a family fan, as she's very exuberant, waving the flag. 72 now for 4. Here is Guerra again. Short outside the line of the horse stump and cut away. 4 handsome runs indeed. And need a whole lot more, Kadir.
Yeah.
72 for 4. We into over number 11.
Yeah, might just be a bit too late at this stage. Still 80 order required.
One is one. Comfortable.
Single.
Well done.
You know, when they see that man, James, with the ball in his hand, they may probably think, hey, let's run. Yeah, he may have another episode, deja vu. So at the end of over number 11, 73 for 4 is pole 9, a target of 154, and continued challenges here.
Yeah, really challenging times here for the pole 9. 81 required from 30 deliveries. Asking rate hovering at 17s now to the over. Gonna have a bowling change here from the northern end.
Hamilton he seems to be the set man, and I know the captain, a very attacking player. Of course, he would need to get some challenging deliveries, or maybe the poor deliveries, if he's to really get in to this inning. But he's still there. He's on 2. Batting to come, Juan Carlos Narain, that man Lochan. There's a bit of depth into this batting here this evening, but the problem is overs.
Yeah. I think the decision at the toss from Riaz Mohammed, choosing to bowl first, didn't get the effort that he wanted from his new ball bowlers. They were a bit all over the shop, and it really just allowed the North Coast batters to free their arms and just get settled on a very good wicket. And yeah, may just be too much to chase in the short affair.
Well, he may be a bit disgruntled with himself, not doing his homework. Looking at this North Coast team, realizing batting really struggled after the captain and Padilla got out. The last 6 wickets falling for just over 30 runs. And he would have thought, you know what, runs on the board and putting North Coast to chase, they could have been in a spot of butter. But he sent them in, and now he is looking at it. It's tough ask for them now.
Yeah.
Where is this impetus going to come from? Who wants it more?
But credit to the North Coast bowlers, though. They really came out, hit their straps, strangled the pole 9 run chase before it even got started. They were really tight, good feeling, good catching, set the right tone from the onset, and they've continued that momentum throughout. Claude Devines, new bowler, into the attack. I'm sure Hamilton and company would be targeting Devines at this stage. Take a look at how he goes. Short delivery, pull away, just a single.
Yeah, Medina just tidies up. 74 now. Certainly they need a lot more, some big overs, maybe an over here of maybe I would say 20 odd runs can set them back. But if Devines continues just a single down the leg side, so he's helping them.
Yeah, it's doable though, Roll, but the wickets factor, 4 already gone down, and we know at this level, once we go past 5, 6, 7, the middle order, the I don't want to say the tail, but the low order batters, it's not going to really get much from them in terms of the big hitting. This one is swatted away. And thinking about 2, the throw is coming to the striker's end and getting home there Riaz Mohammed.
Yeah, he's home safely. So Riaz now hitting that one with intent, getting back on it, bat on it. Bit high on the bat, just getting not confident. Here's Devines. This time again, only able going for one, coming back for two. This time, oh, and they're home safely. I thought that Reyes was the man struggling, getting back into his crease, but threw at the wrong end. So some good running, turning the ones into twos, chancing the fielders. Direct throw, and he would have been a gunner.
Difficult for Devines to gather. 2 runs taken nonetheless. Remember, the action continues tomorrow. We have 2 games on at 2 p.m. It's going to be the Bartaria ball players. They're going to be coming up against Shannon. And at 6:30, we have the Savannah boys up against Santa Cruz. Down the track, and an easy catch there for Kendall Guerrero. He's never going to drop that. And another one bites the dust. This time the skipper, Mohammed, he goes. Claude Devines with a breakthrough.
Yeah, the skipper lost the plot here this evening. The batting lineup, you know, sending the batsman the way he did, knowing last game he opened the batting, he top scored, he got a half century. Today, coming in at 5 and not helping his team, you know, even opening with Shaquille Prince, mixing up those batters and putting his team into all sorts of trouble. Well, the trouble continues for Pole 9 because they've lost their 5th wicket, and a tumultuous task now in front of them. It's certainly impossible.
Staring down the barrel, really. Pole 9. Newman, Narain. Monumental task on their hands. Run rate now going to 19.
It's not improbable. It's impossible, but highly improbable, as our friend Gordon Pear would say.
Yeah.
Impossible, but highly improbable.
That man GP, he wanna get his bowling boots on. He wants to bowl a couple overs on the surface.
You understand? He's a pace man, you know, yeah. and not cheese pace or toothpaste.
Well,
express pace.
Well, he's lost a bit of it in his more experienced days, I would say now. More of a line and length sort of bowler. Doesn't have the gas to really trouble batters. So he's gonna have to use his smarts.
Oh my goodness! I thought he was on maybe premium. So here is Devines. And he's tucked up there is Juan Carlos Narain hitting in the pleasantries. So at the end of over number 12, Pole 9, 79 for the loss of 5.
At the end of 12 overs, the score is 79 for 5.
So it's going to be 75. Look at that, 75 runs needed from just 24 deliveries. And we're going to have a bowling change here at the southern end. It's going to be some left arm.
It's that man, Dennison, Darrell Dennison.
Quick!
Darrell Dennison. So Hamilton is there. He's on 37, but running out of partners.
Big start, Skippy.
Juan Carlos Narain. So just 4 overs to go. 75 runs needed. And the captain is telling him, just keep it simple, buddy. Put the ball in the right areas. Nothing too fancy.
No need to try anything at this stage. All going to plan. Just a single.
Juan Carlos Narain and company is going to say
Skippy.
they're going to have a go.
On play.
So tired, I can't even move. That's your leg stump. Bowler's coming right arm over. One ball.
All right, yet to get off the mark. Deep fielder, sweeper, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square.
Very interesting shot. Well, I tell you what, I take the liberty to say that's a win ball cricketing shot. Coming on the back foot and looking to play across the line at a short ball that he could have easily played straight back past the bowler. On this occasion, playing with the straight line.
Well done.
Juan Carlos
Well done.
Narain.
Agricultural.
Well, you know, these guys, they play a lot more. Remember, the wind ball, even in the rainy season, continues to play, but the hard ball ends. So most of them basically play cricket through the entire year. And it's easy to, you know, just keep into that habit of playing across the line, playing on the back foot.
Yeah, it really takes a conscious effort as a batsman to do the right things, playing straight lines. When you come back to playing the hard ball version, you know, wind ball tend to slug a lot. And Ryan, another big heave, missing all of it. Leg pie.
Juan Carlos Narain. The appeal went up. The umpire is saying, not today. Pole 9 had a good showing. It's not over till it's over.
Well done, Rami.
But this evening, they're struggling here. Seem to be coming up seconds. So at the end of over number 13 now, just 3 to go. Pole 9, 83 for the loss of 5. Hamilton, he's there on 39. And Juan Carlos Narain, new batsman, he's on 1. As we see a fan just waving, coming out here and supporting her team, North Coast. Well, you know, earlier on, our colleague was saying that when they got on the top of that Y, they decided to head down to Santa Cruz. Well, they've picked up the bus, the TNT Express out there in Port of Spain. And now they're probably in the Bocas as they're heading back for that North Zone.
It's all good. There we see the North Coast fans. They're in the house. Devins back for his second.
Easy, Skippy, easy.
Yeah.
Ball and body, good ball.
It's coming down to the wire. Let's go North Coast. And they're certainly in the driver's seat here. X down to board. They're going sailing home with this one. But pole 9, not giving up.
Call for 2 mad, call for 2 mad.
Going
Well
for
done,
2.
that guy did easy. Well done, buddy. Well done, buddy. Yeah.
So Devine continues to just soldier on here. Some good deliveries. Unable to put him out of the park is Hamilton and Narain. Hamilton, he's into the 40s now.
Well done, buddy.
And you can hear the fans just cheering on the North Coast team, Kadir.
Yeah, definitely putting on a performance for the ages here. North Coast looking to get their first win of the tournament. I wonder what that'll do for the group, though. This group, the Greens striking Hamilton.
Look at the Hennessy celebration. Wow. Hennessy celebration time. Wicket number 6 goes. And it's that man, Hamilton. A well-played 41. Really tried. But it was not to be. Here it is again. As straight as could be. You miss, I hit. And there he goes off like Usain Bolt there. Middle stump knocked out of the ground. All 3 stumps, all the bails are on the ground. And look at him. Hennessy celebration. Hello. It's the North Coast team. Hennessy, well done. Well, the drama continues here for this Pole 9 team. Struggle after struggle. Saka now. Well, the saying goes, if anybody can, Saka can. What will he do with his team here this evening? We'll just have to wait and see. The challenge is, he just has 2 over to go. All types of miracles are going to be happening here now.
1 second. Now tasked with just finishing things off. There we see the fans celebrating. North Coast large and in charge. And why not? Some Hennessy celebrations in the stands. Let's go North Coast.
Hennessy celebrations. Woo! Yeah.
So, Roll, very interestingly here, just fast forwarding things a bit, as we look at the group, Savannah Boys, of course, runaway leaders. They're on 6 points from their 3 games, but with this North Coast victory, it's highly improbable, but it does look the way of North Coast. They're going to get off and running in the tournament. It would mean that Santa Cruz, North Coast, Pole 9, and Invincible all on 2 points.
All on 2 points. And with some of them 3 games already done and dusted, Santa Cruz still have a chance because they still have 2 to play if they are to get anywhere close or maintain that second spot. It may be down to run rate.
Yeah, of course. 2 teams, the top 2 teams progress to the semifinals of the tournament. And thereafter, of course, the best 2 teams would go on and contest the final. I'm not sure what has happened here. It's a bit of a stoppage in play. The bill probably broke with the Veens.
Yeah.
Oh, the Veens.
The stumps were shattered. The Veens came down there. That one touched down at just about 92 Ks. And Pole 9 in all sorts of trouble as the umpires there just doing some repairs. Yeah, the bails have been broken. Here we see it again. Express pace. Remind me of Gordon in his days. Look at that. The bails all over the ground. Marvelous indeed. And there we saw the Hennessy celebration. Even the keeper getting into the thick of things. Oh, excellent cricket indeed. 86 now for the loss of 6. Over number 14 in progress. 154 needed. 68 runs from just 14 legal deliveries. That run rate just about 18.5.
as much runs as possible.
But Gordon, you ever thought, this is just a thought, what if it comes down to 1 ball, 9 runs, and somebody hit a Subway maximum 6 and the ball hit a 3?
Well, that will be good for the stories. Oh, again, Junior James there. He's done it already for this game. He's coming up off the boundary, and then the ball going over his head. They're out in the deep. Medina watches to the sky.
Yeah, this guy James certainly. There it is again. Juan Carlos offering up a chance here. And there is James coming in, and I'm not sure why he continues to running off the boundary when he'd be better off just standing there and looking at the ball come to him.
Well, the first thing you got to do when the ball goes up in the sky is assess whether it's going to come to you or whether you have to get it. But he just starts running and then finds the ball going over his head. Well, that brings the 15th over to an end. At the end of 15, pole line, they're chasing 154 to get in 16 overs. They're 96 for 6.
Well, congratulations are in order here for this North Coast team getting their first points in this year's tournament.
Yeah, they've definitely put the cat among the pigeons here. With 4 teams on 2 points. The advantage, though, will be to Santa Cruz because they still have 2 more games to go. A game in hand, if you could call it that. Everybody else in the group would have played 3. The Savannah boys, they would think that they are through to the next round. This result would almost secure that for them because they can get... only one other team has the possibility of getting to 6 points. That's Santa Cruz. Yeah. So the other 3 teams, they can only get to 4 points.
So it's left all up to Santa Cruz in this group if they were to make it as the second team coming through. But don't count out the other teams as North Coast putting in a real clinical performance here this evening. And the Veens.
He's peeling there, that one going down, looking to go down the leg side, coming off the pad. Now, a lot of persons listening to the coverage of the game wonder why are we harping on Santa Cruz. It's not because Darren Bravo is playing for that team, or it's a team of Dwayne Bravo as well. No, they are the defending champions of the North Zone T20 tournament. Yeah, that one driven through the onside. Yeah, so of course it's always exciting or interesting when the defending champions are up to be dethroned even before the final.
Yes, indeed. So the Veens again.
Oh, and Dennis there. He looked confident. The reverse cup was in, and the ball was out. The Veens are not the happiest of campers there. The big guy would have think that he would have just been able to add another wicket to his name.
Well, it was struck firmly, and Dennison, you could see, really didn't expect that. Carlos Narain giving him the charge on this occasion.
And that brings up the 100 for the Pool 9 team. So they get to 100.
Yeah, 100 for the loss of 6 at the end of this inning. Just 2 legal deliveries. The Veens doing a good job for his team thus far. Because this one is high, hard, and just falling. Getting that boundary is Sakan. So Sakan is saying, I'm not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah, they're finishing with a bit of a flurry here. At the start, though, of this game, we said that there's some keys to the game for Santa Cruz. The skipper, he had to come up big, and I think he would secure another man of the match moment. That's Kendall Guerra. Yeah, North Coast. yeah, the North Coast team, and I think he did just that. So that's the game. So at the end of 16 overs, the Pool 9 team looking to get to 154 to win. They're 104 for 6. So 49 runs, 49 run victory. They were looking to get to 154, but they
50 runs. They won by 50 runs.
They would win by 49 runs.
49?
Because they're looking to get to 54 runs. So if you're looking to get to 54, it means they decide to score 153.
Good victory indeed for North Coast. And look at them, they're smiling, confident as we just have a look at the highlights. The captain was Brown, came in. And it was a brilliant catch there by that man in the outfield. Had to run a long way. And Wendell Samuel came in. He was put down. This one here, excellent catch by that man.
Terrence James doing the duty. A Hennessy celebration by both the bowler and the fielder.
On that occasion, Brown helping that one to the boundary. But then Brown came, a dipping ball there from that man James, and he had to go. He looked set, but Beaton all ends up there, flighting that delivery. Then Mana came in, and he was dropped there by James.
This time that's Junior James.
Running a long way inwards. Guerra continued. And then Terrence James with the drop. And they're smiling. I'm sure Junior was saying, well, welcome to the party.
Yeah, boy.
But Guerra had no drops this evening. Probably had current roll because he took that catch on roll. And another wicket going down here. The captain is helping himself there. And Devines getting his first wicket. And we saw Devines pulling that man with the Hennessy celebration. There he was, Hamilton. He had to go. And at the end of it, North Coast are champions here this evening. Getting 2 points on the board and looking ready for action.
Yeah, well, a very good victory there by the North Coast team. Well, I think, though, the man of the match will be Kendall Guerra. Yeah, Kendall Guerra.
Without a doubt. He got a nice inning, and then he came back and bowled some 2 overs. As we looking forward to tomorrow's games, day 15. Getting ready. North Zone T20 tournament. Yes, so it's really 49 runs they won. So we get it ready now for the man of the match presentation. We take you.
And tonight's man of the match with an innings of 64 of 36 balls, 4 fours and 3 sixes, and also contributing 2 overs, taking 1 for 9, North Coast skipper Kendall Guerra. He's also collecting a voucher from our friends at Mario's. So North Coast team, I'll have some pizza to finish up. So that's
a very good innings there by Kendall Guerra. We saw him make the decision to come and open the button we saw that he came out as a man possessed, a man on a mission, and he delivered the mission here tonight, getting the North Coast team to a victory. First with the bat. What an innings it was.
Excellent indeed. And there you saw the Hennessy celebration. Yeah, from the big man. So excellent. Another wonderful evening has come to a close. My friend Kadir Mohammed and Brother Gordon Pear. It has been another wonderful evening. Congrats to North Coast. I am Roll Burke saying top of the evening. See you tomorrow.